Electrical treatments are a large source of revenue for salons and are very popular with clients. While therapists may argue that nothing is more relaxing than a manual massage, electrical treatments are more effective for treating skin problems, figure problems, and for deeper penetration of products into the skin. My name is Selena, and in this lesson you will learn the benefits and effects of electrical treatments, properties of electricity and electrical currents, where does electricity come from, the effects of an electric current, types of electrical current, and types of electrical facial treatments. Any treatment using an electrical current adapted to any of the machinery used with beauty therapy will be more effective than manual treatments alone. Some benefits and effects of using electrical treatment would be it heats the face of the body, stimulates the muscles, has a deep cleansing effect on the skin, stimulates the circulatory system, the lymphatic flow and granular activity. Better results on specific areas and conditions may have long-term benefits with a long-term program of treatments. Instant results can be often felt by the client, like relaxation or hair removal. These are just some of the many benefits of using electrical treatments. Choice of equipment will depend on the client's needs and any contraindications present. Not all treatments are suitable for all clients. Make sure you are well informed regarding the options so that you can offer the client several alternatives. Always ask the client if he or she has any particular likes or dislikes. For example, it could be that the client's wishes are for relaxation, so the noise of a facial high-frequency machine may not be appealing. Instead, offer a slow rhythm of a vacuum suction treatment to the face, which would be more suitable. Be informed about all the latest reports in the media about new electrical treatments within the beauty industry. You could be missing an opportunity to expand your business and offer clients something new and innovative. Talk to the clients about the benefits of the new treatments and be specific about the benefits for your client's needs. And take extra training to learn new equipment usage and increase your client's base by having the latest treatments available. Electrical therapies use a range of different currents and frequencies. To understand differences in equipment, you will need to know the type of current used and how it behaves, how each piece of equipment works, its benefits to the client, its risks, assessments and hazards potentials, how to use it most effectively for the client's needs. The atom is the basic building block for all matter in the universe. Atoms are extremely small and are made up of few even smaller particles. The basic particles that make up an atom are electrons, protons and neutrons. Atoms fit together with other atoms to make up matter. All matter, whether a solid, gas or liquid, is composed of units called atoms. Every atom has a nucleus, an external or outer layer. The nucleus contains positively charged particles or protons. The nucleus also contains neurons which have no charge. The outer layer contains negatively charged particles called electrons. Each electron rotates continuously around the nucleus, always in the same orbit. An atom has one of the following three characteristics. 1. Atom without electrical charge. When the number of electrons and protons is equal and therefore the atom has no charge. 2. Negative ions or anions. If the atom gains an electron, the number of electrons will be greater than the protons, so the atom takes on a negative charge. The atom becomes a negative ion or anion. 3. Positive ion or cation. If the atom loses an electron, the number of protons is higher and the atom becomes a positive ion or cation. All ions are related to each other according to the physical law of electricity. The same charged ions repel each other, while opposite charged ions are attracted to each other. Therefore, two negatives repel one another, so do positives. A positive is only attracted to a negative, and vice versa. This theory of opposites attracting is very important in galvanic work. When the active ingredients in the gels and solutions used have active ions, and they are used to aid skin penetration. An electric current is a flow of electrons passing through a fixed point in an electrical current per second, measured in amps. Electrons flow from a negative to positive as they are negatively charged. The pressure required to drive the electric current around a circuit is measured in volts. The amount of electricity an appliance uses depends upon how much work it is designed to do, called the power rating. This power rating is measured in watts or kilowatts. Resistance is anything in the circuit which slows down the flow of electricity. There is a balance. The voltage is trying to push the current around the circuit and the resistance is opposing it. The relative size of voltage and resistance decides how big the current will flow. Resistance is measured in units called ohms, which they cannot be measured directly. They need to be calculated from the volts and amps. The relationship between volts, amps and ohms is called Ohm's law. If you increase voltage, more current will flow. If you increase the resistance, less current will flow. For example, if the voltage of a lamp is 12 volts and the current flowing is 2 amps, the number of ohms will be calculated as 12 divided by 2 equals 6. Ohm's law. Electrical currents can be seen as a voltage pushing the current round with resistance opposing the flow, an energy transfer. Electricity comes from different sources: cells, generators, batteries, solar panels. Anything which supplies electricity is also supplying energy. The most practical source of electricity is from the generators at the power station via the national grid. Cells and batteries operated equipment will need recharging and not suitable for small portable pieces of equipment such as blood pressure machines. Solar energy is unreliable in countries that do not have a regular supply of strong sunlight. An electric circuit transfers the energy to components such as lamps, resistors, bells, motors, and so on. These components perform their own energy transfer and convert the electrical energy into other forms of energy such as heat, your hair dries your kettle, your light, which would be your light bulbs, sound like speakers, and movement like motor vehicles. A series circuit is all or nothing. The components are connected in a line, end to end, and they all share the electrical current going through them. So once one part is broken, the whole series breaks down. Think about the lights in a Christmas tree. If one bulb goes, the whole line bulb goes out, and it's a process of elimination to find out which one has gone. This is not very practical, and generally few things are connected in this series. In a panel circuit, each component is separately connected to the supply. This type of circuit is sensible to work with, and removing or disconnecting one component of the circuit will not disrupt the whole circuit. Household electricals are run in this way, so you can switch everything on or off separately. But remember, a complete circuit is needed for the current to flow. If the circuit is broken, there will be no current flow and no transfer of energy. This is important during electrical treatments when you think your machine is not working properly. Often you have not completed the circuit by giving the client the saturator or passive electrode to hold, so completing the circuit. Conductors are materials which are good transmitters of electricity. That is, they are substances that allow electricity to flow through them quite easily, like metal, the human body, water, saline solution. Silver and gold are all good conductors of electricity, whereas insulators are materials which are not good transmitters. That is, they do not allow electricity to flow through them. They are used as protection from the electrical current. Examples will include glass, oil, plastic, rubber and wood, and they either inhibit or prevent the flow. Electricity is generated in power stations throughout the country and is distributed through the national grid to local electrical substations, where the electricity is converted to a lower voltage for use in factories, businesses and homes. Factories require very high voltage, in average 33,000 volts, whereas small businesses such as a salon will receive a 240 volt supply. In urban areas, the 240 volts supply comes into individual premises through underground cables beneath the street. The supply cable enters the building underground and arrives at the meter or the fuse board or circuit breaker, where usage is measured, and once the meter is read, electricity bills can be calculated. Most electrical equipment in a beauty salon runs from the 240 volts coming through the wall sockets, which is the mains electricity, and the machine will convert it into the type of current it is built to provide, like a faradic, high frequency or galvanic. The exceptions to this are the bigger electrical units, which require a higher voltage, such as your sauna steam cabinets. They require a greater supply than 240 volts and have to be connected using a special consumer unit by the installation company. The local electrical supplier will have to be informed and special rates of payment will be required. A sauna, shower unit and spa may need more than double the amps volts normally available. Summary of electrical terms. An electric current is a flow of electrical charges called electrons, measured in amps. A pressure needed to drive a current is a driving force. It's a volts using a voltmeter. Power used to run equipment is watts and kilowatts. A resistance which slows down the current is Ohm's law. Alternating current, also known as AC, flows in one direction, then in the reverse direction in a circuit. One complete back and forth is called a cycle. It's measured in hertz. 1 hertz equals 1 alternation per second. Effects of an electrical current on the skin through heating, through saunas, steam units, infrared heat lamps, relaxes the muscle fibres and raises body temperature, induces perspiration and therefore cleanses the skin, also rehydrates the skin. The chemical reaction via galvanic treatments to the face, galvanic treatments to the body and galvanic hair removal has a deep cleansing on the skin, forces a substance into the skin, treats cellulite and removes hair. Magnetic effect would be your unit, your G5, your vibromat, stimulating massage movements, encouraging the skin's function, granular activity and desquamation of the dead epidermal cells. Also helps soften and relax the muscle fibres. The light waves would be your infrared lamps and ultraviolet lamps, which warms the tissue, preparing them for other treatments such as massage or used as a counter irritant. Soothes the nerve endings, encourages production of melanin within the skin to produce a tan skin, healing and helps with vitamin D production. Kinetic effect would be movement, so muscular contractions caused by a Faradic machine are classified as this kinetic. Helps build tone and strength within the muscle fibres. May also have other benefits such as improvement in posture and confidence. Sound would be like your example would be your ultrasonic machine, sound waves penetrating deep into the tissues for relaxation of the muscle fibers. All of this is put to good use within the beauty salon equipment for the benefits of the client. An electrical current adapted to use on or through the body is able to help improve function and appearance, stimulate cranial and cellular activities in the region being worked upon, improve the tone, function and appearance of the muscles, provide relaxation to the tissues through heating them, stimulate the systems of the body to encourage better functioning, that is lymphatic system, circulation, cell reproduction and growth and repair. Within the beauty therapy, these electrical currents can be further broken down into categories of pattern, and the equipment can be adapted to alter the pattern to suit the client's needs, especially if it is a course of treatments and the body is getting used to the pattern and needs a little extra stimulation. Let's talk about the different types of electrical currents. A current which flows in one direction only is a direct current, DC. A current which alternates its direction of flow is an alternating current, AC. When we talk about galvanic, we use it for iontophoresis, disincrustation and epilation. It is described as a constant and direct current. It has no break in the flow of electrons. When we talk about faradic, we use it for muscle toning. It is a passive exercise. The current used is surge and interrupted. It's alternating and low frequency. The current and wave formations can be adjusted on the machine to suit the client's needs. With high frequency, it's used directly and indirectly. It is an oscillating, high in frequency, higher in voltage with lower amps. It alternates rapidly at more than 50 times per second. Can be applied directly or indirectly to the body. The microcurrent is used for uplifting facial and body contours. It's modified direct currents. A galvanic current which can be altered on the machine for the client's needs and different stages of this treatment. Types of electrical facial treatments. Steaming. How it works. There is a heating element and is used to boil water, creating moist heat, i.e. a jet of steam from a nozzle. It's used to warm the tissues on the face, upper chest or back, helps open pores and cleanses the skin, warms facial muscle fibers and relaxes them, making other treatments after steaming very effective. Very good prior to comedone extractions, but be careful to time the treatment, as if any erythema occurs too strongly, it may be contraindicated to other treatments. It can be used on most skin types except where contraindications are present. Timing of the treatment can be adjusted to suit the skin type. As with facial steamers, infrared lamp can be used on most skin types except where contraindications may be present. Timing of treatments can be adjusted to suit skin type. Used to create extra blood flow, which generates heat to the skin and underlying tissues. Muscle fibers will soften and it can be used effectively on any part of the body, but can only be treated on small areas at a time due to the limited arc of light from the lamp. A brush cleansing machine has a motor which rotates a handheld head that can have a variety of brushes inserted into it. The speed of the rotations is adjustable to suit the client's needs and preference, as is the direction of the rotation, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Brushes of various thickness and stiffness will alter the treatment effect, as will the accompanying products used with the machine. Most water-based products are suitable, from basic foaming facial wash used to cleanse the face, back or congested chest area to cleansing grinds and specialist creams for particular skin problems. The effect of the treatment is one of exfoliation and stimulation to the skin and circulation. Can also be useful tool in removing of peels or masks from the face. Ultrasonic is a deep penetrating sound wave emissions used on any conditions where deep massage helps. Examples would be fibrocystic nodules or tense muscle fibers of the upper back. This is a small handheld device and therefore only suitable to treat small areas in one treatment. So it's not suitable for a whole body massage, and it would be too time consuming and not cost effective. Can be used on most skin types except where contraindications are present, and it's not suitable on fine featured clients with very delicate facial contours. Vacuum suction is a machine that uses a pump to create a vacuum within an attached cup which picks up the tissue. Can be used either to glide to lymphatic nodes in a single movement or to create a pulse within the vacuum for extra stimulation. Vacuum suction promotes the lymphatic and circulatory system, thus helping the removal of toxins from the area. It is desquamating, it stimulates granular activity and improves the general skin texture. It's very relaxing facial treatment and can be replaced by manual massage as part of a routine. Many clients find it very soothing and drop off to sleep. Always check for contraindications, as treatment will not be suitable for all skin types, especially thin or fine skin with a tendency to bruise easily. Also will not be comfortable for thin, bony clients or clients with older, crepey skin. Indirect high frequency, often called a venous massage, involves creating a circuit of current flowing through the client via a handheld glass rod called a saturator connected to the machine. The therapist's hands makes contact with the client and the current is discharged through her fingertips as she is massaging, creating warmth in the area. This deep massage will improve a dry skin, relax the tissues and help increase a poor or sluggish circulation to the area. Can be used in place of the facial massage routine, although if the client becomes too relaxed, they will lose contact with the saturator, which they should be holding. Avoid losing contact with the skin as this breaks the circuit, and is most frequently used on dry face or for back massage. With direct high frequency, the current is transmitted into a glass electrode, which is in direct contact with the skin. Light circular motions then disperse the current. This is a drying germicidal treatment, most commonly used on oily, congested or acne skin types to the face, back, chest area. A galvanic machine uses a direct constant current for both face and body work. The results depend upon the method of use and the gels and products used. The current has to create a circuit flowing through the client either by using rollers with a connection in the client's hands or a pad under the shoulder, or by the use of body pads to complete the circuit. Can be used in two ways. Discrustation removes the incrustation, i.e. the excess sebum, gives a deep cleansing to the skin. Interferes introduces beneficial substance into the skin to rebalance and hydrate the skin or to get active substance to stimulate the body systems which aids lymphatic drainage. Microcurrent is a modified direct low frequency current which is used on its own for lifting of the facial contours and in conjunction with a galvanic current for skin improvement. Can be used on most skin types except where contraindications are present. Can help with fine line reduction, stretch mark minimizing and scar reduction, and it has a deep cleansing effect on the skin. Using a surged and interrupted current, a thoracic machine can stimulate muscular contractions on both the face and body. It is often referred to as a passive exercise, and you can actually see the muscles contracting under the pads with no effort on behalf of the client. The client is lying still on the couch. The pads for the face are smaller than those used in bodywork, so it is possible to target specific muscle groups for improvement in tone. Treatment is ideal for double chins, drop jawline and cheekbone definition. Although most equipment used would be classed as electrical because it works from mains electricity, in beauty therapy, equipment is also grouped according to the effects it has on the body. Electrical treatments are those which send an adapted electrical current through the body, such as galvanic current, microcurrent, high frequency and faradic treatments. Equipment that has an external effect only on the body is called a mechanical treatment and includes your vacuum suction and small massage equipment such as your ultrasonic. Whichever piece of equipment you choose as the most suitable for the client's treatment plan, always follow the 5 golden rules. Complete a full consultation form. Complete a contraindication checklist. Carry out thermal and sensitivity tests. Follow the manufacturer's instructions and test the equipment on yourself before your client.